I would like to welcome everyone to today's November to Remember series of talk. It has been a very inspiring and educative series thus far for the past 7 days that we've had these talks. I would like to say a big welcome to everyone on this call. It is another anticipated day, being the 8th, with Dr. Jyotika Athavale. I believe today is going to be as inspiring and educative as the past 7 days we have been on this series. Just a brief highlight on what we have been doing for the past 7 days. The one we had Dr. Vishnu Pendala, who took us on machine learning applications and sustainable development, its application to sustainable development. It was a powerful one, and we hosted Dr. Chidima Maduka, who of course took us a little bit away from technology, but more on career and employable skills. We all learned a lot. I believe the students and those still in the academics, we had a little shift from some of the old knowledges we heard until this very talk. So we want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Chidima, if she's on the call as well. It was a powerful day with you, ma. Dr. Professor Tipa Reddy, of course, wowed us on day 3 when he took us on research excellence and industry academic collaboration. As a matter of fact, we understand that both of them, both the industry and the academic, they host a symbiotic relationship when it comes to how they interact and how they assist each other to grow. It was actually an eye-opener because some academic research have seen to, had some kind of drawbacks because of funding, but we got to understand from Professor Tipa that with collaboration with the industry, such drawbacks can be worked over, can be solved, as well as how the industry actually need the academias to produce innovation and work through the research, which of course, brings about this symbiotic relationship, leading to innovation and the growth in the society. Before actually, our distinguished Professor Jerome Cassin walked us through the PhD journey. Again, a sizable number of the persons on this call are still in school studying and aspiring to become like the best of the best that we have on this seminar. We actually appreciate that day because he gave a summary of the work, although he made it clear that it's not going to be a journey ride, but having the right supervisors, having passion, having the right direction, support, will of course make the journey an easy one. So we also appreciate Professor Jerome. If you are here, we say a big thank you once again. After that, Professor Mohammed Alani, took us through cybersecurity and innovation, as well as, elucidating on his personal experiences. That was also a very enlightening one. And on the 6th, we welcomed Dr. Vandana Sharma, who cracked the codes on application on youth adult dementia prediction, explored for societal impact. I believe she walked us through her recent project, which in fact has to do with application of machine learning and code towards prediction of dementia in young adults. And that was a very insightful research there, which of course opens us to give us a leap towards solving a very prevalent issue in our society, which is dementia. And I believe from that talks, we believe that much more development leading in that direction bring solution to the dementia disease and challenge in young adults. Yesterday, we welcomed our entrepreneurial guru, Dr. Mohammed Sadiq, ACM, GGMA. Of course, he did justice to it. Some of us, techs and analysts, we believe on a larger scale that most of the time we just have to end up being employed looking for jobs. But yesterday, we got to understand that the journey is not just about ending up as salary earners, but we can as well start up our own businesses. We can also start up our own firms. And what used to look to be very difficult and almost impossible was simplified yesterday. He demystified it, and we want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Mohammed Sadiq. We appreciate it all once again. Thank you all to all the speakers. Even as today, we are looking forward to a very enlightening and educative talk with Dr. Jyotika Athavale. We want to say a very big thank you and welcome to everyone once again as we introduce ourselves. Myself, I am Ezanemika Pascal, a data analyst student, University of Bolton, and today I'll be anchoring with my partner,
Ife Okamonu, also a data analytics student of the University of Bolton.
All right, thank you. At this point, I want to bring in our head of school, Professor Sam Johnson. Hi, Professor.
He's still trying to connect, so
okay.
Let's go on with the profile.
All right. I feel that you.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Emeka, for your speech. It was so nice. All right. The personality we have the privilege of hosting this evening is not someone that's kind of in the background. She's someone that has been so visible. But, well, I'm still going to try to go through her profile for those of us that have not got to know about her till today. Jyotika is a director, Silicon Lifecycle Management and ROAS Architecture at Synopsys. Prior to Synopsys, she was lead technologist, functional safety architecture at NVIDIA. Prior to NVIDIA, Jyotika was principal engineer director at Intel Corporation, leading corporate-wide ROAS and functional safety architectures. Jyotika also serves as 2024 president of the worldwide IEEE Computer Society, overseeing overall IEEE CS programs and operations. She leads and influences several international standardization initiatives. Jyotika shares the IEEE P2851 family of standards on functional safety, interoperability, which has WG membership from over 30 companies. For her leadership in international safety standardization for IEEE P2851, Jyotika was awarded the 2023 IEEE SA Standard Medallion. And for her leadership in service, she was awarded the IEEE Computer Society Golden Core Award in 2022. So without further ado, let's make welcome Jyotika, our speaker for the evening.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for the warm welcome and introduction. I truly appreciate it. Thank you to Celestine and all of you for hosting this session, and it's an honor to be here again this year. I'm going to share my screen and also my video, so let me know if you can see me and hear me okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I can.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
Great. It's great to be back here. I'm representing the Computer Society here in this presentation today, and it was great to hear about the series of speakers and sessions that you've had until now this year. That's really great, and I've been following it along as well on my news feed. So wonderful work again. I'd like to applaud all of you and Celestine for the initiative and the great passion by which you are driving these different sessions. Before I start the presentation, and the topic I had today was about the Computer Society and volunteering and career development, with the Computer Society. Wanted to also mention that, I'm here also representing the Computer Society in my current role, but I also, I'm a distinguished visitor speaker on behalf of the Computer Society. And I wanted to share that with all of you, to encourage you to also apply for this kind of a role within the Computer Society. We highly encourage people to participate and put in your application. Self-nominate yourself if you'd like to be considered as a DV speaker on behalf of the Computer Society. For myself personally, I'm going to be putting my DV role on pause over the next year as I transition into my term as president over the next year. So I look forward to seeing more DV speakers among our membership, and want to encourage you to consider it. It's a great way for you to share your knowledge, your skills, and really interact with the community as we work to democratize technology and the dissemination of information and knowledge across our membership. So having said that, I'll jump into a little bit about, I have some slides talking about the Computer Society in general, and then we can have a discussion about how you can get involved and engaged, and what are the benefits of being part of the Computer Society, and what's the best way in which you can serve as a volunteer, such that it's a value proposition for yourself, as well as it helps the community. So there's different ways, different opportunities. The Computer Society has a global reach. We have over 375,000 community members across the globe, 168 countries, where we have different chapters with Computer Society members. Overall, we have 654 global chapters. That includes, young professionals, students, as well as our experienced membership. And again, our membership is spread across academia, industry, and government. We do have a lot of members in academia. We're trying to grow more membership in our industry. I'll talk about that as one of our strategic focus areas for next year. We have 30 technical communities. We do have a lot of our members, especially our student members and young professionals who want to get involved in one of the technical areas in the technical field. So these are growing as we are innovating with respect to new technologies, and so the technical communities are growing. So there's really a lot of ways in which you can get engaged and join one of those technical communities, such that you can participate in all of the activities that are sponsored under the technical community. And then we have 21 special technical communities as well. So it's over 75 years, the Computer Society has empowered people who advance technology by delivering resources. So we are a global community of professionals in the computing field, but spread across industries, right? And as we know, computing is now relevant in a lot of different industries. And so we bring together students, we bring together professionals that all have that common goal. And all of us are in different stages of our career, but there is something there that is a value add for us, for each of us. And so it's the Computer Society is this glue that connects all of us together, and it's this community that brings us all together all of the people that share this love of computing. So in terms of the technical communities, and I hear about this a lot because what we are finding, as I mentioned previously, one of our goals next year is to increase more participation from industry, but it's also to increase more participation from our early career professionals. What we find is that we do have a lot of student members, because they are looking for ways in which they can learn and grow, develop their skills, develop their knowledge, and be relevant in the industry, right? But then once they become employed and once they join a company, we see that dip in the membership. And so we want to make sure that, the members, take value of all of the different resources and activities that the Computer Society provides, such that they continue on, because it's really important to have that long-term connection with the Computer Society in order to get those benefits, over time. And just based on my personal experience, I can share, having been a member since my student days, starting with the publications and then growing, with different volunteer opportunities, such as participating in conferences, technical committees, standards, publications, as a TV speaker, as I mentioned. So there's so many different ways to get involved and grow and, have that well-rounded development for, your technical skills. But the technical community is one, I think, that is especially attractive to our students and young professionals, because I think they are looking to grow that deep technical expertise. So it tends to be the focal point for the Society's activities within a technical discipline. I was recently on a trip to India, where I spoke at one of the student chapters or the Computer Society chapters in Kochi. And I was going to talk to them about, just general information, but then they pulled me and said, well, can you share our technology predictions report for 2023? Because we really want to get a deep dive into the technical space. So this is why I'm trying to overemphasize all of the different areas where we have these technical communities that are directly influencing innovation by driving new standards, new journals, magazines, in our publications area, new conferences, and educational activities, and the list here continues to grow. So hopefully you'll find one that is directly relevant to your field, and you can get involved and connected. Publications is a big focus for IEEE in general, but also for the Computer Society. So our number one area is conferences, but then we also have a big focus on publications. We have 49 peer-reviewed publications, over 41,000 papers are published annually, and we have over 893,000 articles in the Computer Society digital library. So this list also continues to grow as we are innovating now in AI, a lot of the dependable technologies. We are planning on growing our offering with new magazines, new journals, and just growing this area, because there is just so much information there and so much innovation happening as we speak. And so here's the list of all of the different magazines and journals within the Computer Society. I'm sure you are familiar with several of these. The Computer Magazine especially is one of our flagship magazines. And then there's various others, the Computing in Science and Engineering, IEEE Intelligent Systems, IEEE Micro, Security and Privacy. There's Transactions and Big Data, Cloud Computing, Dependable and Secure Computing. It's one of the areas that I work on in my day job. Transactions on Emerging Topics in Computing, Mobile Computing, etc. So, we cover a wide range of different technologies, and we are continuing to grow. We are planning, as we are stepping into the new year, working on our strategy for next year for publications and what else we can do to grow our offering. Then conferences, right? So as I mentioned, conferences is a big part of what we do in the Computer Society. As a member, this is a great way for you, especially as a student and young professional, to take advantage of the conferences, to be able to network and really get insight into all of the different work in terms of technological advancement that is happening within other companies, other institutions, other, whether it's government or academia, other industries, as to all of the activities that are happening there across various topics. So we host or we sponsor or help organize over 189 technical conferences a year. But besides that, we have other events as well, such as webinars and other sessions where we invite speakers to talk across a variety of topics. But the conferences, I think, especially the in-person experience, is so important and so valuable because it really helps connect people across these different industries and conferences. And that's something, a unique advantage of being part of a technical community like the Computer Society, is having that exposure to what's happening around you, having exposure to other technologies and other topics outside of your regular day-to-day work. So it really allows you to grow your knowledge, your skills, and your perspective outside of what we do, on a day-to-day basis. So I'm a big fan of, being involved in conferences, and there's different ways in which you can get involved. You can participate. You can get involved in a technical committee. You can help to organize. You can set up a booth, or be a sponsor, or you could just connect with our staff or our conference volunteers and express an interest on that you'd like to volunteer, and they can find ways for you to get engaged. All right, so then, and so we have over 65,000 people a year that are attending our conferences. We did move from in-person to hybrid over the pandemic, and now we are returning back into the in-person, and we are seeing, a lot of participation. This week is the supercomputing conference, happening, and I think there's 12,000 attendees, or there are a lot of people that are coming back to attend these conferences. Then the new initiative, so this IEEE Sustain Tech Expo, this is one of the key areas that we are going to focus on next year, sustainability. We're very excited about it. We are partnering with some other societies, the Communication Society, the Power and Energy Society, the Signal Processing Society, and together we are launching this new initiative on technology solutions for a sustainable future. And this is being planned. We will inaugurate this in August of next year in San Diego. This IEEE Sustain Tech Expo and Executive Forum is a new event, as I mentioned, focusing on technology for sustainability. IEEE Sustain Tech is where we will have people from industry, so corporate executives, sustainability officers, technologists, people from academia, government, and regulatory come, and we'll have panel discussions and sessions where we would have keynotes as well, where we will get insights on the future of sustainable technologies, a big area of focus within IEEE today. You probably heard about clean energy, green computing, and many other initiatives happening within the IEEE societies and various forums. But so this is an important one. We're really looking forward to. So if you're interested in getting involved or getting engaged, do reach out and let us know how you'd like to participate. Standards. So standards is one that's close to my day-to-day work. I'm actively involved in standards, and this is one where we work closely with the IEEE Standards Association on activities, and the IEEE SA staff is really helpful in guiding us through this. I was new to standards until a few years ago, but have learned a lot just under their guidance. And so there are standards that are being sponsored actively under various committees within the Computer Society. We have the Functional Safety Standards Committee that has a lot of standards initiatives in the form of study groups, in the form of active PARs. that is growing. We have the Design Automation Standards Committee, there's the AI Standards Committee, there's Metaverse, just a lot of technologies where new standards are being born and being, driven actively. The standards is a unique space where we bring together individuals or companies, who connect together with academia and government. And it really ties really well with our theme of the Computer Society, where we serve as that glue that tries to bridge the gap between all of these various entities, right? So we have the universities doing their research, we have industry working on their activities, taking technology to market, and then we have the government regulatory. And so this kind of brings together all of those people together collectively working on innovation and driving standardization in new areas. So we have today 217 active standards. The one that I'm driving is the IEEE P2851 on functional safety interoperability. That is right now in publication with our base standard, and then we are driving new work in the DOT standards. So here's the list, all of the different sponsoring committees under the IEEE Standards Association, under the Computer Society umbrella. As I mentioned, we have AI, blockchain, cloud computing, cybersecurity, just functional safety, design automation, just a long list of various. And so there's a committee chair and officers who can provide more information on what are the different working groups and study groups within the umbrella of each of these committees and how you can get engaged. And membership can vary the model. In some cases, it's individual membership, in which case it's free of cost. In some cases, if it's entity-based, then the entity has to be an IEEE SA member. Okay, so we kicked off something new this year, and it was really, I think, appreciated and valued. And this was the 2023 Tech Predictions Report. So this was published early this year, and I believe there's a plan to continue this work next year in 2024 as well. And this is available free of cost on the Computer Society website, so you can download it and take a look. But what it is the top 19 technologies ranked and scored based on certain criteria by the Computer Society membership. And these were members that came together, from different disciplines, again, spread across industry, academia, spread across geos, folks from different age groups came in, and they ranked these technologies based on the impact to humanity, as well as the relative success, the prediction that it would be mature and be successful in the year 2023. And then these were plotted with, and sliced and diced in different ways. The different technologies were bucketed based on industry and based on technology domain. But there's really a lot of good information there. We list the top challenges for each of the technologies. What are the future trends? What is the next steps or the opportunities in which you can contribute or innovate? So a lot of good information there. And then last but not the least, on D&I. So D&I is also one of our key focus areas for next year. It always has been in the Computer Society, but it is one of the top 3 topics that we plan to work on and grow in 2024 as well. So we have every year a call for proposals that goes out for D&I. This is for project and program proposals. So you can consider submitting a proposal for projects, programs, and events. This CFP, or the call for proposals, there will be a call that will be published also in your news feed. So if you follow, whatever social media you're following, it will be advertised there. It will be on our Computer Society page. You can follow the link here on this page to get more information. But that's just one example of one of the initiatives there. We also have a D&I committee within the Computer Society, and each year we appoint certain volunteers to come together and plan new initiatives and plan ways in which we can improve our diversity and inclusion among our membership and in the community in general. And when we talk about diversity and inclusion, we talk about all kinds of D&I, right? So we talk about diversity across geos, across ages, across genders. So it's basically making sure that we have representation across all of the different groups. And this is really, really important to the core of what we stand for as a computer society. And so I can't emphasize it enough. And that was it. So that was my last slide here. But you know, I'd like to open it up for conversation and questions and discussion. And I'd like to see how I can help answer you know, any queries you may have. So we'll stop sharing and open it up to you at this point. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Jyotika. We really appreciate that very powerful presentation. And so I say marketing the IEEE Society. Actually, I'm a new member, and I'm proud to say that I love what we do, what you have shown so far already. And I want to actually open the floor, as she said, to everyone. You can ask your questions by signify by raising your hands, or you can drop a chat or a question on the chat box. We can read it out and respond to you. So anyone with a question, please indicate. Okay. I think I will have to ask Mai particularly, because first, as I mentioned already, I just became a member and newly got elected as the treasurer, the University of Bolton chapter. And I wanted to ask, is there any community? I understand we have a lot of communities, but they are more specific to some categories. But is there a community to bring up, young and aspiring leaders in the IEEE community society?
Is there any initiative? Is that what you asked, right? To bring them together?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
You know, I was just trying to ask if I understood you, if I heard you right.
Yeah, I mean, is there is a designated community, designated for, do I say networking and, directing and showing out the way for young and aspiring leaders within the society?
Yes, absolutely. It's a great question. And actually, that is one of our focus areas, is to grow that focus on the early career professionals and the student members. So for sure, there is, MGA, the member geographic activities. There's a board and the committee there that focuses on our students and young professionals, and how to increase that engagement via the various chapters that we have across the globe. And focuses on bringing them together, focuses on, the value proposition there to serve our membership in that space. But for sure, that is a big area. Our students and young professionals bring a lot of energy, new ideas, and we really like to encourage their participation. We formed a student young professional board as well last year, so to and help empower our younger membership, and have them provide them with a voice in a way for them to interact with our leadership as well as our more senior members. So for sure, there is a big focused effort to cater to the needs and the skills development and the value proposition for our students and young professionals.
All right. Thank you very much. I think we have a question in the chat box. And it's from Emmanuel Bia. It says, how much is the membership fee?
So go ahead. To be a member, the Computer Society, you have to be an IEEE member. And then on top of the IEEE membership, there is an add-on fee that is added on for the Computer Society membership, and that fee, varies because at certain times we offer certain discounts, and then there's student members, there's regular members, professional members, or life members. So there's different categories in which you can get the membership. The best way is to get in touch with our IEEE Computer Society staff, and have them and let them know that you are interested, and then they can tell you share the different categories with you and the kind of membership that you're looking for, whether it's annual or life membership, and then whether it's a student or professional membership, and they can give you share the membership fee. And I don't represent the staff, I'm a volunteer with the Computer Society, but that is something that is handled by our staff.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. I actually have another question as you speak. This actually came up. Actually, I'm from Nigeria, and that brings me back to my days before coming to the UK and getting to learn about IEEE. It's shocking to understand that as big as IEEE and as old as 75 years, I never heard about IEEE while I was in Nigeria. All through my school days, even down to working, I really never get to learn about IEEE. So what are the efforts to under the umbrella of inclusivity, what are the efforts to bringing in this, which I believe is underrepresented area, on board? What are the efforts towards this direction?
Yeah, no, for sure. That's a great question. And it comes under the topic that I mentioned in D&I, right? Whereas our diversity and inclusion, which is one of our top focus areas even for next year, but has been for the Computer Society, across the years. But we have a D&I committee that focuses on exactly what you mentioned, is, how do we cater to the needs of our underserved, underrepresented minority groups? How do we ensure that we have representation across the geos, across all of those regions where where we may need to introduce new chapters, or we may need to drive more engagement. And so one of the things we're doing next year is also initiating a face-to-face chapter event where we will invite the chapter representatives from all of these different geos to come together and share, provide this kind of cross-pollination or learning of, what are the activities and how they're successful. For example, in Region 10, which is in Asia, there is a big engagement, and that's one of the areas where there is the largest membership in terms of, the IEEE Computer Society. And so kind of to get learnings from them as to how did they grow their membership there, what did they do to drive engagement, and how did they proliferate, the growth in the terms of the volunteers. So have that kind of cross-learning, and then use that to go back into their different regions and chapters, and then drive activities there based on that cross-learning. So that's just one example of one of the events that we're planning next year. But then the D&I committee will come together and work on new ideas, new ways for them to drive these initiatives across the different geos and groups.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for the question.
Okay, Efe, you can go ahead or mute yourself.
All right. Earlier on, I kind of was reading your bio, and I couldn't help but wonder. You've been a director at Silicon Life Circle. You also worked with NVIDIA, IEEE, lots of different strategic positions I can see here. So my question is, what's the secret of being at the cutting edge of your career?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, I don't, it's very kind of you. I mean, I don't consider myself in the cutting edge, but, I think that the Computer Society actually helped me a lot in terms of my growth and involvement. I think, and I do share a lot of credit, to all of the guidance I got from people and entities that I was exposed to within the Computer Society. So for example, It is through the Computer Society that I started my path in standards, technical committees, and conference and standards initiatives, which helped me grow my career as well. I also met new people from different industries and developed those connections and helped me get exposed to new opportunities. So I think that I give a lot of credit to being part of a technical community like the Computer Society, which helped me grow. But I really think that you also if you let your passion lead the way, I think you will definitely be successful, because all of us have unlimited potential, and it's questioning the challenges and the barriers that come your way, and finding a way to move forward, and just speaking up and making your voice heard, having the confidence to proceed. I think all of those qualities will help serve you well as you navigate your career.
All right, thank you very much, Yokita. Okay, we have another question, and that's from Ibrahim Akande, and it reads, how will joining the IEEE boost the people? Boost the people are relatively new in the world. Okay, I think what he's trying to say here is, how will joining the IEEE boost the people who are relatively new in the computing and technology, You get that?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. It's a great question. And Computer Society and IEEE offer a lot of resources and help to those who are new, and as we mentioned, the early career professionals, in terms of mentoring programs. So if you want to be connected to a mentor, you can help provide you guidance on planning your career and planning your next steps. Certification programs, skills development, webinars where you can learn about new technologies, publications where you can read and learn and grow and develop your skills again, and your exposure to the technological advancement. So there's different ways in which you can have access to information and knowledge, but you can also, as I mentioned, connect with mentors and connect with other experienced professionals in your field, and learn from them, and grow your knowledge by maybe doing collaborative research with other industries, or maybe it's just attending a webinar and getting access to new topic where you'd like to grow, or maybe joining a standards group and getting exposed to the innovation happening there. So we are all students for life. We're always learning and growing, and the Computer Society offers all of these different paths where you can take advantage of, and you can navigate and get exposed to all of these different areas where you can tap into and grow yourself, right? So lots of opportunities.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Do we have any further questions? All right. Ma'am, I have a network issue. Okay, so. All right. Any further questions, please? We still have some time. Express yourself, ask questions. It can range from, from the IEEE membership to personal advice. At least as you can see from her bio, you understand that this is our speaker today is someone who has been at the peak of several tech companies. So it's a rare opportunity for you to tap, into her wealth of experience and knowledge. So you can speak up. We still have some time. You can as well drop your questions.
Yeah. Hello, Emeka. I think I would ask another question. Like Emeka said, if you look at your bio, it's quite busy. Yeah, with a lot of activities. How do you achieve work-life balance? It's a very, very important factor.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. And I think that, you know, at the end of the day, it's I see it as work-life choices, as I've heard, you know, learned also through my companies. But you know, you have to prioritize and decide what's important to you, and that also changes as you navigate different phases of your life and career, right? So I think it's really important to do that prioritization such that you don't neglect things that are most important to you. For me personally, you know, family is very important. You know, at the phase of my life where I was, you know, had young children and was really focused on my family and my career. Now my kids, of course, grown up and, you know, young adults. And so it's a different phase of my life now, but raising 3 children, I'm a mother of 3 and, you know, was challenging. And so at that phase of my life, I was prioritizing my family. But you know, as the kids grew, I'm now focusing on other things as well, you know. So I think it's really important to prioritize what is important to you, and to make sure that you are giving the time and focus to those things, you know, at that particular phase of your life, and then balancing the other activities accordingly. But also, I think it's also important to note that you don't necessarily have to do everything yourself, right? So that's all part of teamwork and collaboration. And there may be certain things, for example, I've learned at this point to also delegate, you know, either to my mentees or, you know, other people that I work with, provide opportunities to others, you know, where they can contribute and grow. So, you know, priority is important, delegating is important, growing others is important. Right. But I think, yeah, at the end of the day, you really need to balance that at the phase of life that you're in and the phase of your career.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am. Just, do I say a final one? You know, as we spend the time, more questions pop up. So I wanted to ask, I understand we have some corporate members as well, just the way we have individual members. Is there any relationship or kind of understanding or initiative where young graduates can have some kind of, do I say hands-on, or what I would, you know, call internship or something, you know, just a kind of platform that makes this easy between corporate members and, you know, student members or graduates, you know, newly graduate student members?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's lots of ways in which you can get connected. For example, we do have our career boards, you know, and those booths are at a lot of the conferences as well, where the Computer Society offers that. So offers guidance or being able to connect with the different industries, different companies, you know, to make that connection. So I think take advantage of that, but then also yourself to get exposed. So for example, take a standards group, you know, as I mentioned, the one that I'm driving currently, we have over 30 companies, and this is where you meet and, you know, people from other companies get exposed to individuals, you know, who are working on similar topics in another company or in another entity. And the same is true for conferences as well. You can interact and engage and make those connections. To you know, maybe circulate your resume among other professionals that you meet there, discuss career opportunities, discuss, as you mentioned, take advantage of the career booths there to circulate your resume or apply for an internship. And then, of course, there's the collaborative research, right, where the Computer Society also plays a great role, because that's where, you know, you have that cross collaboration between industry, academia, and government, and, you know, Computer Society being viewed as that glue that can connect individuals across those different entities to be able to work towards a common goal, where, you know, a lot of that pathfinding research is done maybe by the academia or the universities, but then is applicable directly to a specific market, a specific product that the company is trying to take to market. So that's where Computer Society provides that connection points as well.
All right, thank you very much, Yokita. It's been a pleasure and an honor to have you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me and for the great discussion as well. This was truly an honor, and happy to take any questions. If anyone thinks of anything offline as well, feel free to reach out. And I wish you all the best.
All right, thank you very much. At this point, in the absence of any other questions, let us welcome Dr. Celestini Wendy on board.
All right. Thank you very much, Jyotika, for coming. We really appreciate this. We'll quickly give you, I don't know if you see on there, we'll give her an award for this, and we appreciate your coming. I don't know if everybody can see this.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So I want to say thank you for coming, and we appreciate you. Again, on behalf of the school, the students of University of Bolton, we say thank you. And
thank you, Ma.
We can continue to connect again and do great things with the Computer Society.
Thank you so.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. So everyone, see you again tomorrow as we continue November to Remember on AI and ethics. It's going to be explosive. You know, the speaker said, tell them I'll be bringing a different kinds of AI. And for all those who are doing different courses on AI, you know, ethics, get ready to get it directly from the legal practitioner who is going to brief us on ethics and that. Remember, we have certificates for all those who have participated. So make sure you complete it so that we can have your certificate ready from this talk. You can imagine how it is when you have the great speakers and you have a certificate to back it up. Thank you very much.
Hello, Mr. Celestine. Sorry to, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Fatima.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's lovely webinar. You know, it's very informative, getting knowledge in different areas and faculties. So I would like to ask you, is it only in the month of November or other than this? Because really, I'm getting too much information attending this. This is the first time I've been experienced with such a webinar. So
yes.
I would like to ask
that is why it is called November to Remember.
Oh, okay.
It is only in November that you have to remember a whole lot of stuff.
So other than November, we cannot remember anything. And is there any way to present?
This is the third time now we're hosting it, November to November. It's not easy to get all these people together. So they are very busy people, and we are packaged it to be in November. We have other programs, we have other conferences, we have other things that will be coming up later on, you know. But this particular one is in the comfort of your home without costing you anything, and to get the best and to hear from the best of the best.
Yeah, it was my luck. By chance, I came across on LinkedIn and then I registered. Yes. And luckily, I got a chance of attending and getting so much information. Lovely. So I really feel fortunate to benefit from this informative webinar. Yes. So please keep me posted for any other upcoming webinars, please.
Yes, the two remaining ones are going to be very great. You know, tomorrow on will be on AI ethics. Then the Friday will be on funding, because you can have an idea, but you don't know how to get funding. So we are bringing an expert how to get EU funding, how to get UK funding, how to collaborate with people, networking to get those funding. Now that you are in India, you are in UAE, you are in Africa, it is actually possible to benefit from the funding in UK and funding in EU. You hear all this more. And funding is not only for lecturers. students working with lecturers can also be funded for their PhD. So
Yeah, I'm planning to start my PhD once again.
just keep
So I'm
your
looking
question.
forward for, scholarship or funds where I
Keep
can
your question
continue
for
my
Friday.
studies. Yeah,
Keep your
inshallah,
questions for
inshallah.
Friday.
Inshallah, why not?
All
Inshallah.
right. All right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everyone, for connecting. Thank you, all the staff that are here. Ibisam, thank you for your students.
Sir.
You're welcome.
Appreciate. Thank you, everyone, and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Everyone. Have a
Night.
wonderful night.
Bye.
See you
Thank you, Ms.
tomorrow.
Jyotika.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.